Alright. Explaining glamour for my friends. This is exclusive to the PS4 and exclusive for the people that I know best. Since everyone is getting close to completing or getting access to their glamour quest, I wanted to take a second and explain how things work in a simplified way, since some videos online were a bit too involved in their explanation. The first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a stack or at least some glamour prisms in your inventory. They can be found on the market board. They're somewhere in this items list. The easiest way, honestly, just search it. Glamour. Oh, there we go. Clearly, I have a problem. There we go, Glamour Prism. Not too expensive. Big old stack of 100 of them, 34k. I think we can all afford that, especially when we know that we want to be pretty all the time. Once you have a healthy stack of them, you will find we're going back to the inn. Live recording, no cuts, low quality. Watch me travel. Alright. First order of business is to make sure that all of your gear is repaired. You cannot put something in your glamour mirror until it's repaired. So if you like the look of something and you've been wearing it for a while and now you have some better piece of gear that's now equipped but it's ugly, and you want to use that previous style, just make sure that all your stuff is repaired. Repair all, yes. If you want it for safe measure, you can kind of just click through these options, make sure there's nothing else that's missed. That's what I usually do. Oh, there we go, see? Repair. And then let's have some privacy. Alright, so if you're using the Glamour Mirror, it means that you had or you somehow picked up something that you like the style of, and you want to put that on something that you are currently wearing. So ideally, you wouldn't have that equipped currently, and that is what you want to do. You want it to be in your inventory. It's not equipped to you, because when we enter our Glamour Mirror, you're going to get these two screens. Now, everything here in this list that you see on the left-hand side, all of these are glamours that I have. That I have accumulated. I can assign any of these styles to my weapon at any time that I want to any of my glamour plates. Now, to put something new into your glamour mirror or your glamour dresser, you're going to press triangle, and it's going to come over to this side. This is your equipment selection, as it says. It's split into categories, your typical ones, right? So let's take legs. The first thing to realize, too, is that you can only assign glamours to your armor that are the same as your class. So if you, let's say, currently I'm a summoner, I cannot assign a conjurer or white mage glamour to a summoner piece of armor. So just be conscious of that, especially if you are kind of focusing on one class, or if you're making different glamours for your different jobs. Just make sure that they're all the same, or that you're keeping that in mind, that you're collecting different glamours for different jobs. So this is something that I do a lot, even when I'm like looting stuff in dungeons. I'll click something and I'll try on just to see what it looks like. Ooh, look at that plaid. That's some sexy plaid. And if you don't know about these little display options, they're going to come in handy, especially with the glamour prisms. You're going to want to really inspect what you're putting on if you're meticulous like me in your outfit creation. But display gear, this is important. This is going to come into play a lot when you're at glamour prisms or when you're making glamour plates. This just shows you what's equipped currently. So like maybe you only want to change your pants, or you only want to change your hands, but you want to make sure that it still goes with everything else. You're going to want to click this to see what you have currently equipped. Draw sheath weapon. This is kind of important, especially for things like my summoner, for example, has a tome as a weapon. And so sometimes when you have big, clunky armor, you can't really see it. So when you do this, draw it out, and you can really see what it looks like, and you can see the effects. It's pretty sweet. This is the actual display mode, and so if this is not toggled on, your camera is just going to be all over the place. So if that's happening, that's why. Just click that on, and then you'll be able to control your character in this little viewport and get down to business. Okay, so let's say I just really love these plaid pants. I'm going to click this, and it's going to tell me blah blah blah, reset to 0, my spirit bond. I'm just so spiritually bonded to those plaid pants. Press yes, and now it's in your glamour dresser right here. So to edit your actual glamour plates, you're going to come down here, click this, and this is going to show all of your different glamour plates that you have available to you. You can make multiple, up to, looks like 15. Crazy cool. And then the last one is going to just be like what your armor actually looks like when it's on you, with no glamours assigned. One, I believe this one is your current one, and then 2 is when the rest of them all start. So, you can edit current ones. So if I came down here and just started like adding new stuff, giant chocobo head, skimpy crop top, skimpy underwear, all of those, like I can update those easily. All you would have to do is come down here to save, and then once you click that, the apply button would become available. But this is a little something to just keep in mind. Since these glamour plates are already created, if I were to come here and say remove item from plate, oh, hold on, sorry, it would just delete it altogether, right? So like remove item from plate, and it would go back to what your currently equipped glamour is. So you can totally just like edit the same plate over and over again, or you can just make a bunch of them like me, because you never know what flavor of the day you're feeling. But since we want to make a new one, I'm gonna come here. Here we go, new one, blank. You really have free reign. You can equip any of the glamours that you have assigned to your glamour dresser. Really just get wild and out. All your rings, all your bracelets, all your necklaces, earrings, all that jazz. You can put everything on there. Now, the other thing that you can do after you complete the dye quest is come over here and press... the important thing here is the circles next to these icons here. The circles indicate that they can be dyed a different color. So if I come over here, dye, and of course you need to purchase some dyes, or I've collected some dyes. They'll all be here, and you'll have a separate viewport window. It does not rotate by default, so if you want to be able to do that, you're going to have to come over here again, unfortunately, and click the character display mode. And you'll be able to rotate around to get a better view of your item that you're dyeing. And then come back over here if you want to continue your dye selection process. Oh, unfortunately, just figured out that you have to not have that selected to be able to click through different dyes. Okay. Let's say we want some fancy baby blue. Perfect. Go in here, reflect, and now they changed. So, that's the basic process. Selecting the things that you want, dyeing the things that you want. Now, if I was to come here and say save, say yes, it's just going to save those options. You have not applied it yet. Now the second that you press apply, you are going to consume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 glamour prisms and 1 dye color. So spend as much time as you want or can spend in the glamour dresser to make sure that your selection is what you want. Because once you do, you're going to consume those items, and as we learned earlier, those items cost gil. So just be careful, and be sure. And that's really it. Close. Done. So the next time you're in a dungeon and you're looting stuff, and you go to either like claim or, you know, as they say, draw your lot, do the try on function, see if it looks cool. If it does, be greedy. Save it to your glamour dresser, and don't look like a frumpy pleb. Bye.